In 2011, I was in Afghanistan. I was 21, signals intelligence operator, providing indications and warnings, providing signals intelligence support to an infantry battalion at the time. And one day we went out, flew in on a helicopter, dropped down before the sun had even come up, and we were doing a foot patrol around to a bunch of different compounds in the area. And what we were looking for, I couldn't tell you. I think we were looking for IED components and munitions and anything stockpiled by the Taliban so that we could log it, destroy it, whatever we were doing. Throughout the course of the day, we walked 5-6 miles with a bunch of breaks. It wasn't a very strenuous or fast-paced patrol because we were trying to be thorough. We were trying to make sure that we were checking all the things that we were supposed to be checking. Now, admittedly, I was a pogue. I was very out of shape. I hadn't done much hiking over the course of that year to prepare me for that type of movement, and I was hurting. I was hurting by the end of this thing. So after we get to the PB, the patrol base where we were going to stay for the night, I was so dehydrated. I was so tired. I was in so much pain that I just laid down and I just passed out. I didn't lose consciousness. I went to sleep. And I was sleeping on the hard ground. And if you've ever been to Afghanistan, in the desert region of the country, it's not soft sand. It's hard, packed down moon dust. And I just slept. I literally grabbed my helmet. I wrapped up a shirt, like an extra shirt that I had, put it on my pillow, or put it on my helmet and slept on it like a pillow. And I slept for 6 straight hours. And that really highlights, one, the point of human exhaustion where you can just sleep anywhere, but also how the military and the military life makes you resilient to discomfort. And there's countless stories, not just from me, but from everyone who has served at least, a 4-year stint in the military, that times when you can think of that you were really uncomfortable and you pushed through and you persevered and you overcame that difficulty, whether out of necessity or out of it being a training requirement. And I think we can all agree that if we're not better people for it, we're at least more resilient people for it. The military life is all about adapting and overcoming. It's about being ready for change and always expecting change, because change is coming. There's very little in the way of stability in the military lifestyle. Sure, we have financial stability, a continuous upward progression, fairly regular paychecks. I haven't missed a paycheck in 17 years. I feel very blessed about that. But we move around a lot. And even when you're not moving, you might be switching units, you might be changing jobs. There's a lot of change that happens, and it happens at the speed of the military moving. So one day you might wake up and you're loving your job, you're doing great. And the next day you wake up and you have orders to live across the country or overseas. Or in some people's cases, your job is going to be discontinued and you have to completely change jobs 10 years into your career. And these things happen, and it sucks. Almost every single time I'm up for re-enlistment, my wife and I have to sit down and weigh the pros and cons of staying in the military versus getting out. And the thing that always pulls me toward getting out is that stability and that ability to just choose where we want to live, choose where we want to go, choose what jobs we have. And I understand that you can't just live anywhere you want. You can't just get any job that you want just because you want it. I get that. But right now, I don't have any choice in that matter. I'm going to do the job that I'm told to do. I'm going to go where I'm told to go. I'm going to go to the units and the duty stations that I'm told to go. I don't even have a say. And some people love that. Some people don't want that choice. They don't want the freedom to choose because they like the rigid structure, the stability in that. Making choices is hard, especially big life-changing ones. So if someone else does it for you, hey, now I don't even have to worry about it. I just go. But that's one way that they build resiliency, maybe inadvertently, in the military, is by giving us constant changes that we have to adapt to all the time. Another way they build resiliency is through adversity and through discomfort. From the moment you go to basic training or boot camp, whatever you want to call it, You're subjected to discomfort, both mental and physical. Your limits are tested, and it's those who overcome those tests that succeed. If you give up whenever you're uncomfortable or whenever you're tested, your boundaries are pushed, then you're not going to make it. And it's not that you're being tested without preparation. In almost every scenario, especially in training, you are taught in a classroom, and then you're taught with like hands-on, and then you're tested in a controlled environment, and then after they build your skills and they build your confidence and your proficiency with something, then they will throw a wrench into that machine. And that's to simulate combat. They're trying to prepare you for an unpredictable environment, for unpredictable enemies, for unpredictability. And so you can think about it like you have to have a chaos mindset, and you have to be prepared for chaos at any given time to be successful in the military, especially in combat arms. And I'm hoping that that mindset helps me in the future, especially when I'm retired and I'm out and I'm doing other things out in the world. I'd like to hope that being in the military has prepared me to adapt to change, to deal with the chaos, to quickly resolve unpredictability and fix problems adaptably. So if you're thinking about joining the military and you don't do well with change, it might not be the best line of work for you. Or you might find that with the proper training and with the proper confidence, that you can also overcome extreme changes and chaos and unpredictability. It's something you don't really know until you're tested. But anyway, those are my fun thoughts for the day.